Hi, Tommy here from Mom of Four Boys again. We're going to start making dinner for the night. We're making tater tot casserole. And to do that, I'm going to take and break up one pound roll of ground beef. You can use the ground chuck if you want, or ground sirloin, but we like the ground beef. And so I'm going to break it up because it makes it easier to brown it once I break it up. And then after I brown the ground beef, we don't put any of that kind of fat in our food, so I'll tilt the pan and drain it, and then I spoon all the grease out, and then I go with the next segment after that. So what we're going to do first is we're going to brown the ground beef up. So I've got the beef in there. I'm going to take my gloves off now because they're nasty. And I'll get my little spatula while that's heating up. Okay, when I brown ground beef, I pretty much chop it constantly so that it breaks down into the smallest pieces possible. Turn it up just a little bit. It doesn't take very long. We don't salt and pepper a lot of stuff too much while we're cooking it. We just let everybody salt it and pepper it to their taste, because our kids like a lot of different spices. Some of our, one of our boys likes really hot, spicy stuff, pepper flakes in everything, practically. The other one likes a mixture of salt and pepper and some other spices in his stuff. And I like very, very, very little salt on anything. And so we kind of let everybody season everything the way they want to season it. So I can do this, and whenever we come back, this will be browned, and then I'll show you how I drain the ground beef off, the fat off of it, and then we'll get on to preparing our casserole dish that we're going to bake this in. Okay, this is all brown now. And we'll go from there. So I'll see you in just a few minutes. So the next thing I do is I'm going to move all of this to one half of the pan, and then move over to here, and let it kind of pack a little bit. And what's going to happen, I'm going to raise this up in the air, and I'm going to set it on something. And what will happen is all the grease will drain out from it. I'll let that drain for just a second. You can see more of it draining and more of it draining. And another thing I'll say is I have never dumped bacon grease or any kind of grease like this down my drain. It's the quickest way to ruin your drains, because when this gets cold, it's just like lard. It is. It's very hard, and when it's laying in the bottom of your pipe in your kitchen drain, headed from your drain to your main drain, it lays in the bottom of that pipe and just becomes a solid. And a little while of that, and your pipe will be clogged. I'm gonna set this down, and we'll go to the next step. Okay, we're back. We've got our meat browned, getting our pan ready. Now we're going to turn on the oven. We're gonna bake at 350. It's preheating. So now I'm going to take some butter, and I'm going to butter my pan with some butter, just my casserole dish. It doesn't have to be like a whole lot of butter. I just put some on it just to make it so that things don't stick to it too much. It's a little easier to get out the food, and the cleanup is a little easier. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put the ground beef in the bottom. That's 1 pound of ground beef. I'm going to even it out. Make a nice bed for it because everything's going to cook down into that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to layer it with tater tots. I do this very methodically. Some people don't. So what I do is I'm kind of a person that likes to do things meticulously. So I'll just do some of this, and then whenever we come back, I'll have all the tater tots in here. So I'll do 2 or 3 rows of them here so you can see how I do it. I just stand them up and push down in just a hair, and they'll stand up. And this is a nice layer of potatoes to go with the meat. And once I'm done with this, we will take and throw a few spices on it. Not a lot of salt and pepper, like I said, and just a few spices to cook down into the potatoes. And then we will take and pour our cream of chicken over top of it, and we'll bake it at 350 for about 40 minutes. And whenever it's almost done, we will take and put a massive layer of cheese on top of it, and that cheese will melt, and it will be just absolutely delicious when it's done. So I'll be back soon. The next time you see it, this will all be covered with tater tots. See you soon. Okay, we're back now, and we are have the tater tots on top of the ground beef. There's right about 80 tater tots on there. We're going to take the equivalent of like 2 28-ounce cans of cream of chicken soup, and we're going to put that right over top here. Okay, then all we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to even this out. And when this is done, when we pull this out in about 40 minutes, we will take and put a nice thick layer of shredded cheese on top of it, and we'll put it back in maybe for a couple, I don't know, maybe for 5 minutes or so until the cheese melts, because it'll melt from the bottom and the top. And so we'll sign off for now, and we'll see you when we bring it out of the oven in 40 minutes. So now we're going to put some cheese on it. I'll get the cheese. All right. This is Monterey Jack cheese, I think. Plenty of that on there. Can never have too much cheese on something. It's very cheesy. Okay, I think that should be good.
This is the finished product, and we're going to serve it now.
Here we are. We have the tater tot casserole with cheese, and we have salad with some tomatoes and some dressing on it. I'm gonna put a little cheese on my salad because I like cheese on my salad. And all right, give it a try. I'm gonna have this first.
Me too.
That is potatoey and cheesy and beefy. Very, very good taste.
And chickeny.
Got great flavor.
You enjoy it?
Lovely.
Okay, thank you.
10 out of 10 would
Like and
recommend.
subscribe, please.
Try again, like and subscribe, please.
Enjoy it. Try it. Make it at home. It's lovely. And we hope that you've enjoyed our video.
Feed a whole family.
Thank you.
Take care.